On 23rd August 2023, India created history by becoming the first country ever to achieve a soft landing near the south pole of the moon. More than 8 million people around the world watched the live broadcast of this soft landing. Can you imagine the excitement? Thanks to this incredible accomplishment, August 23 is now celebrated as National Space Day in India. Chandrayaan 3 is composed of three main parts: the propulsion module, the Vikram lander, and a small robotic vehicle named the Pragyan rover, which can explore the moon's surface. The spot where Vikram landed has been given the name Shiv Shakti Point. The mission's duration on the moon lasts for one lunar daylight period, which is roughly equal to about 14 Earth days or 2 weeks. That was a basic introduction. Now let us dig into the exciting work the Pragyan rover is doing on the moon. So landing safely on the moon was just one part of the Chandrayaan 3 mission. The real mission is all about uncovering the moon's composition, basically what materials the moon is made of. Right now the Pragyan rover is busy doing observations and experiments on the moon's surface. It is like having India's very own scientific detective on the moon trying to unlock its mysteries. Pragyan rover has a camera attached to it, and it is sending back awesome pictures and videos from the moon. You can check out these amazing visuals by keeping an eye on updates from ISRO. Thanks to India's Chandrayaan 3 mission, the whole world is getting an up-close look at what the moon's South Pole region really looks like. These on-the-spot observations and science experiments might help us understand not only the moon, but also how our Earth and even the whole solar system evolved. That is absolutely enthralling. Now let us talk about how the Pragyan rover is doing all these fascinating observations and experiments on the moon. It is using different tools to gather as much information as possible. For instance, Chandra's surface thermophysical experiment is being used to measure how hot or cold the moon's surface is and how well it conducts heat. With the help of it, the scientists have found out some really interesting stuff. Have a look at this graph shared by ISRO. This graph shows the variation in temperature on the lunar surface with depth. As we can see, the temperature in degrees Celsius is on the x-axis and depth in millimeters is on the y-axis. Here on the y-axis, the depth 0 represents the lunar surface. As we can see on the graph, around 20 millimeters above the lunar surface, the temperature is close to 60 degrees Celsius. As we come down a bit, we see the temperature on the lunar surface is close to 50 degrees Celsius. And as we keep going down further, the temperature keeps reducing drastically. So much so that it is around minus 10 degrees Celsius at approximately 80 millimeters depth below the lunar surface. That is a very sharp difference in temperature. It is intriguing. Huge fluctuation in temperature in just a small space made the scientists realize that the top layer of the moon's surface doesn't share heat very well. So it is like an insulator that keeps the heat out of the subsurface. That is not all. The Pragyan rover is using the laser-induced breakdown spectroscopy to figure out what is in the lunar soil and rocks. In this method, a powerful laser is shot at the rocks and dirt to see what they are made of. And do you know what the Pragyan rover found? Sulfur. It spotted sulfur on the lunar surface near the South Pole. Now, sulfur is something that is not very abundant on the moon. The presence of sulfur hints at the potential existence of water ice on the lunar surface. This is because sulfur is a volatile element that tends to evaporate and disappear from the atmosphere. Therefore, its presence on the moon suggests that it might be trapped within water ice. Studies have shown significant quantities of ice in the southern polar area of the moon. This presence of water ice is tremendously important for upcoming lunar missions and the possibility of humans living there in the future. Then there is also a possibility that sulfur might have arrived on the moon through encounters with asteroids or comets carrying sulfur-containing materials. Also, sulfur is often released during volcanic eruptions, so its presence could act as a clue regarding past volcanic activities on the moon. The identification of sulfur on the moon is a significant accomplishment, as it holds the potential to offer a valuable understanding of the moon's historical development and its elemental composition. Isn't that amazing? But there is even more. Besides sulfur, the rover has also spotted a bunch of other elements like aluminium, calcium, iron, chromium, titanium, manganese, silicon, and oxygen on the moon. These elements could give us clues about what happened to the moon ages ago and even hint at stuff we could use for upcoming lunar trips. Moreover, the Pragyan rover is on the lookout for hydrogen too. If it is discovered, this could be a groundbreaking discovery. This is because hydrogen holds significant importance as a source of clean energy. Who knows, it might unlock fresh pathways for generating energy while we are venturing in space. Let us keep our fingers crossed as the Pragyan rover continues to unveil mysteries. Can't wait to see what it finds next.